This message is for somebody who needs to do spring cleaning or is in the middle of spring cleaning. Somebody who might be doing like a juice fast or any kind of fast, really, like a cleanse, like an internal cleanse of any kind. Somebody who's been hearing or feeling like they need to do some sort of auric cleanse. Things are feeling heavy. You might also be. You might or might not be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So just because you're not a Cancer, if this is how you're feeling right now, the spring cleaning, if that's resonating for you, if you've been feeling dehydrated, and also maybe drinking a lot of sports drinks, which Spirit says is not great for you. So maybe like look up natural electrolyte drinks that you can make for yourself that would actually feel better in your body. But drinking water and taking baths, that's going to be really key for you right now because I feel like there's a lot of volatile energy coming through for you. Okay, so if that's resonating for you, then this reading is for you. I happy Mercury retrograde because I actually filmed an entire like 30-minute reading for you, and then realized that I had my I should check my other headphones because I realized that I had my Bluetooth headphones connected. Oh, let me check on this on my settings. Wonderful. Okay, disconnected from both. I had my Bluetooth headphones connected, and they were like on the other side of the room. So even though you could kind of hear what I was saying, it was just like such bad audio that I really couldn't just post that. Um, so, so here we are. I'm not gonna pull new cards just yet. I actually might pull some new cards because maybe there's something new that like something additional that needs to come out. Because I kind of like sometimes I like fumble through these things like in the beginning because I'm just trying to get a read on the energy, and so I got pretty much like I think a decent read on your energy for right now. And so we'll work with that. And if there's anything else that I feel like I need to pull, then we'll do that. Okay, so I'll just say the tarot cards that I pulled were Seven of Stones, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is in reverse. It came out in reverse, and the word attached to it is healing. Okay, to me, that signifies that there is something that it's like you're cultivating, you're kind of like starting to see the fruits of your labor, or there's like, still work that you need to do to achieve that healing. And it's really like self-healing. Like I think that you've been putting in a lot of effort into others when you really need to be healing yourself right now. And this is not just for you, because we also had the Justice card come out, and we had Temperance. Okay, they're really called in this deck. They're called the Woodward and Balance, but it's Justice and Temperance. And so these came out. Actually came out. Let me just show you this one. They came out after this Ace of Bows, which is the Ace of Wands. I feel like as I'm showing you that right now, someone's going like, "Yep, I keep getting that one." Like, so you may be like a tarot reader, or like you watch a lot of tarot readings, and Ace of Wands just keeps coming up. Something that I mentioned in the last video was that in this imagery, so in this deck, bows, this thing right here, that's the wands, the suit of wands. Because bows is like, I know that it's like, it looks bent, but like the bow and arrow. So like the bow, I know it looks bent, but it's like wands, like a staff that, has been bent, right? And then there's also the imagery of the arrow, which in this deck, arrows are swords. And swords also have to do with communication, Um, so, and in the tarot deck, when swords are um, facing upwards, that's when there's like communication that's coming. And when it's facing downwards, like I'm feeling like it's like you're actually putting an end to communication that is not serving you. Um, and so I feel like you're doing this not just to liberate yourself. If you have kids, this could be to liberate your kids as well. But really, you're doing this not just for yourself and your family. It's like your family. You're changing the way that you interact with your family, and then that is changing the way that they're interacting with others. That's changing the way that, like, and I'm not even I'm not really talking about mother, father, brother, sister type of thing. That's your family of origin. When you grow up, that might still be your family if you're like still living with them. But when you like go out and you like form new bonds with other people, your family of origin is always like special and dear to you, but the people that you are around you, that are surrounding you, they're the ones that you're really learning and growing from, right? So it's like those people that are around you, they change as you change. Or like they mature as you mature. They heal as you heal. So this it's like this ace of bows that I showed you is the spark of life. There's like new life coming into you. There's like definitely something new that you're cultivating for yourself. And it's like you see it on the horizon. But it's like you're not fully there yet, okay? Because there's also something that came out on the end of this tarot spread, was the frustration card. I'll show it to you right side up. It came out in the reverse. But it's the 5 of arrows, which is the 5 of swords. There's definitely like a lot of internal conflict, and feeling frustrated with the lack of momentum, I feel like. Then we have the shaman in reverse, which is the magician. So this is halting your ability to create for yourself. It's like almost like you can see the end goal before you've actually gotten there. And there's a bit of like a frustration with all the work that you have to do to get there. There and on the bottom of the deck, after I pulled all those cards, I actually pulled this one, which is endurance. It's the 5 of stones. Now 5, we've got the 5 of arrows. And I also had pointed out before that there's like a bow in here too, even though it's an arrows card. We have the bow, and so there's like a bit of creative energy in this card as well. That I feel like, we're talking about the blockage of your creativity, and so it's like this feeling of having to endure this. I kind of feel like you've heard people call it the dark night of the soul. And sure, that could be what it is. I prefer to just say that you're leaving the old behind, right? And you're in a liminal space, in a transitional period. And at the end of this transitional period, I pulled for you this card, the 2 of Cups in reverse, which in this position means new friends, offer of new friendship. Now this could be an actual new friend, a new person. This could be a new phase with somebody, like I said, like you teaching other people how to interact with you teaching other people how to interact with others. So like this could be a new phase with those same people that you've been around. Um, and that is what's coming. So you need to know that that is the promise for you. Right now, it seems like you're in in kind of like a heavy period of time where you're having to like tie up loose ends still at home, but not really doing it. Like feeling overwhelmed, like too overwhelmed to do it. Then I pulled some oracle decks for you, some oracle cards, and the first one was Mouse Spirit in reverse. This is attached to the number 40. 4 is a number of stability, balance, harmonious home life. It could be a relationship number, but I would say more of like a family number than like more talking about a family or community as a whole. So like more like that kind of relationship. And then 0 is endless possibilities. So I definitely think that there's something changing in your like home slash community life. And that the overwhelm is causing you to overlook, the mouse spirit says, tend to the small things. So it's like the overwhelm is causing you to overlook these like the mundane. So it's like you're looking around at your room, at your home, at whatever, and there's all these things that you need to do that you just have been putting off. And so the dishes are piling up, the laundry's piling up. Take this how it resonates for you, okay? But like there's definitely like little things that you're needing to attend to that you're not attending to. And so that's why it's like the message of like needing to do your spring cleaning is coming out right now, because it's also not just, it's like I think that you've actually been hearing that you need to do like an aura cleanse, and you've been knowing that, and actually thinking like, okay, yeah, I'm doing that, I'm gonna do that, that makes sense, or like actually prioritizing the aura cleanse before you cleanse your space. But it's like you're taking a shower in a dirty bathroom. How clean are you gonna get? So there's like some outward hygiene that needs to be taken care of before the inward hygiene needs to be taken care of. And that's not to say don't do the inward stuff. Definitely do. But, and that's also not to say that like, oh, you're not protected and you're just going to be chaotic until you clean like all of your space, because I'm just getting this feeling of overwhelm where you're like, oh no. And now I can't do my little rituals and things like that. I think that like, it almost feels like somebody who's just exhausted, burnt out, maybe like dealing with disability in a new way that they're navigating, something like that, where it's like even just hearing me tell you that you need to clean your space feels overwhelming. Hearing me tell you that you need to drink water feels overwhelming. It's almost like you're going like, I'm doing it. I'm doing the best I can. I hear you. If that's you, if that's how you're feeling, there's two very important messages that you need to hear from the animal deck as well. We've got Hawk Spirit, let spirit be your guide, with the number 32, 3 being a number of growth, expansion tied to finances, career, studies, like education. Doesn't necessarily have to be an institutional education. It could be like any learning new things. 2 is a relational number, and not just like relationship, like, one person, like to another person, but also how we relate to the world, the natural world. Are we noticing the trees? Are we in union with the sky? Are we, things like that. Union within ourselves. So it's like so many different kinds of union, right? And then when you put those two together, the 3 and the 2, that makes the number 5, which is a number that is connected to the divine, to spirit, to source, to creator. It is the creator number. And so like this just is definitely showing me that you need to be working together with spirit, okay, to get those small things done. Okay, it's interesting. I actually am just noticing this now. I hadn't noticed it before, but hawks eat mice. Like, it's a yummy little meal for them, right? And so it's interesting that hawk is coming out to like next to the mouse spirit, which is this like overwhelm and feeling like things are piling up. And if you don't actually clean your space and take care of your space, then it's going to just swallow you alive. Like, it's like there's the next phase. This is just an example. Take it if it resonates, and leave it if it doesn't. But if you're moving to a new house, you're relocating to a new state or something like that, you're moving, and you have to move all your things. But you have all this clutter, and like the spring cleaning thing is coming up for a reason. It's like you're just sitting there looking at it and knowing that there's all this work that you're going to have to do to physically move your things, and then there's going to have to be like things that you throw away and leave behind, but you're not really going through all of those things, right? But like spirit is saying, let me help you. Let's make this into some mundane magic. Now, I have a feeling that because you're so intuitive, and because you're drawn to my readings and my spirit, that you have actually come to realize that you're a very, very intuitive person. I just saw 1717 on the timer. You're a very intuitive person, and so you've heard this before. Mundane magic. You've maybe even done it before. So if you've done it before and you know what you're doing, dive into that. Really, what you're being asked to do is, when you're cleaning, clean with intention. Like if you're more concerned with your spiritual auric cleansing than you are with the physical space, then make the cleansing of your physical space part of your auric cleansing. Okay, you open a window, you maybe like light some incense or something like that. Whatever feels right to you, whatever calls to you. You could even just put like a bowl of salt water in the middle of the room as you're cleaning, and then like discard of it afterwards. There's just like ways to actually physically clean your space that also does cleanse your auric space. Okay, I work with mermaid energy a lot. I pulled some mermaid cards for you, so we'll talk about this in a little bit. But I just want to also bring to your attention like that is like what siren spirits do. Like, they are brushing their hair. When they're brushing their hair, like, it's releasing things from their aura. So it's like that is their mundane magic. It's just something that looks like just brushing your hair to somebody else, but it's something even more than that. It's like cleansing, spiritually cleansing. So you're being called to do that a lot more, especially right now as you're preparing for this change in your home life and in your career, or like, your study, like what your area of study and what you're learning, like your life's work. Okay. Then we've got peacock spirit, which says let it shine. And this is associated with the number 46 for, again, stability, home, like peace in your home and like community. 6 is a number of love. This could be like more like romantic love, like that kind of like building a family with a romantic kind of intention. When you put them together, they make the number 10, which is like, the perfect number. It's like all about gifts and abundance. It's, like it has the one energy, which is like very creative, new beginnings, that kind of like power, stepping into your power. And then the 0 energy is like endless possibilities, and this like renewed spirit, this like chosen innocence, right? So really what I got with this Peacock Let It Shine card is that you are somebody who stands out whether you want to or not. You're somebody who garners a lot of attention, and that right now is not the time for you to be like, it's like to be doing things. Like what I mean by that is like, you don't have to step into an identity. Like you don't have to say, I need to be a good person, so therefore I am going to go out of my way to do all these good things for people. If you are a good person, then your presence does good things for people. I just saw 111 on the timer. So your presence does good things for people already. And now is the time for you to just sit in your own presence. Honestly, meditation helped me with this a lot. I didn't know how to just sit and be, how to just like not have to be something, but to just be myself. I didn't understand that until I got into meditation, and I kind of like realized, like I actually took a class and everything, and I kind of realized at the end of the class that the whole point of meditation was to just sit, and if thoughts came, to let them come, but I also didn't have to explore them if I didn't want to, and like I could just sit and be. And so now when I'm meditating, I'll go outside and I'll just sit, and there's no agenda. I'm not trying to learn something. I'm not trying to be a certain way. I'm just being a human. I hope that makes sense to you. 2233 was just on the timer. I hope that makes sense to you. Again, I feel like if you're here, it's because you're with it, right? You've been doing this for like a little while, and this is really just confirmation for you. Okay, so the Mermaid Oracle deck that I have, this is like the shadow work that needs to be done. Okay, so we've got Sanctuary, Privacy, in violet personal space, like basically no one violating your personal space. Respected boundaries and taboos. Okay, so definitely some need to like take some time to yourself. This is attached to the number 28. 28 being, again, relational, union. 8 is like, it's a very spiritual number. So it is like you coming into, wow, so many angel numbers. We have the 23, 32, and then 2, 3, now 2, 3, 4. Oh my God. You're just like, you're off the charts. You are in alignment with who you are, okay? You just have to stop and let yourself sit with yourself and with your own presence right now. Baths are probably going to be very helpful with managing volatile emotions, but also remember that if you're dehydrated, that will affect your emotions as well. So make sure you're hydrating regularly. And then we've got vulnerability in the reverse with the number 38. 3, again, expansion, growth, education, career. Then we've got 9, which is the, that's like intuition. That's the witch's path, the healer's path, the herbalist, the alchemist, right? And then put them together, and that is the number 12, 1 for new beginnings, 2, again, union, and like I feel like there's like there's something happening in your relationships right now, where you may have been very vulnerable and open with people in ways that hurt you. And so you need to take some time to yourself right now. There's also, we had yearning in reverse. There is this yearning energy, longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. It's also attached to the number 40, which we saw in the mouse spirit, okay? So it feels like you're actually putting off some of these little mundane things that you need to be doing to be prepared for the next stage. I'm literally talking about cleaning your space, cleaning your, colon out, or whatever it is that you need to be doing to physically clean everything out and prepare for the next thing. That's what you need to be doing. 555 on the timer. Yes, spirit. Okay. And it feels like you're putting off those things by yearning. You're in this yearning energy that is like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for the next relationship to work out. I'm ready for this new friend to come in, or for this new phase with this other relationship that I have. I'm ready for the change in career. Someone might be graduating from school or something like that, and going okay, I'm ready for that, but actually not taking the steps that is required to make that happen. And so that's going to end up becoming a problem for you if you're not actually taking care of your responsibilities, those, like I said, the small things. So that's why you being a very intuitive person and somebody who needs to be working with spirit all the time, that's why you need to actually be spending time with yourself. Okay, so this is another thing about this auric cleanse. This is why you've been feeling this, is because you've been really bogged down with the judgments of other people, with the, it's there's energy that's kind of like thrown at you. And this is in this imagery that I'm seeing, it's actually a merman with a human woman. She doesn't have fins, so she's a human woman, and he's a merman. It's definitely something with healing the masculine, so this could be a masculine wound within yourself. Some of you actually may be pining for a relationship that you don't feel that you have, because of the wounds, because of the masculine wounds that you are still healing. And what masculine wounds will do to you is make you feel that you're not good enough, and that you always have to constantly be proving yourself. You constantly have to be proving to the masculine that you are worthy, that you're good enough, that you're meant to be here. And I think that right now, the reason for the merman in this is to open you up to healing that masculine from a different perspective, from that more spiritual perspective. And that actually requires you to pull back the yearning from this situation. And I don't really think that I need to pull any other cards, because this feels very complete to me. I hope that this resonates for you. If it does, then feel free to go ahead and check out the other zodiac signs for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. You can also just go and check, and if the title calls to you, then that works too. These readings are timeless, so all of my readings are timeless. So if you find others on my channel that you like and that resonate with you, feel free to watch those as well. I hope that I see you in the next one, and I really hope that the next time I see you, you're really stepping into yourself and you're just letting yourself be, letting yourself shine. All right, bye.